Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I am JT O'Sullivan. Today, Brock Purdy, Week 4, great win versus the Cardinals. Fired up for this one. Let's get it going. Welcome to the QB School. Before we dive into the video, a quick reminder about the Quarterback School Patreon community. This group is the foundation, the bedrock of this channel. Not only is it a great way to support the channel, but you get even more Quarterback School content. So all sorts of deep, nuanced dives over there, really trying to create the environment of what it's like in an NFL quarterback room, jokes and all. So hop over there, join, become a member. Link is in the video description. I appreciate your support. As for this video, let's get into it. Brock Purdy, the Niners continue to roll. Love the design here to the bottom on the little drift post to Ayuk. Thing of beauty. Again, I mean, there really is, it's funny. There are so many like talking head narratives about Brock Purdy. The thing that I love the most is just the precision in these intermediate games. His footwork, yes, he's getting guys schemed open. Yes. Okay. That's just part of playing football. Not going to apologize for having a good coach. This little drift post, tethered, connected with this little like backwards pedal bubble, and what I'm going to call a 7 stop here. You're going to play fake this thing. We're going to come downhill. We're going to have the action from the fullback, and there's just going to be this huge lane. And again, the thing from Purdy here is just the efficiency. He's a tactician. He's surgical with these intermediate throws. Everything is on the body, on the break, right on the move. Boom, boom, great base. Handoff of a throw. Just so many weapons on the perimeter and the scheme. We're pulling the guard. We've got all this action. Look at the horizontal action for those backers. The guard, the fullback, downhill action. This is about as hard as it gets footwork-wise to fake to the left, flip around to the right, and put it on him. I love it. Next one here. This one really hurt me. Probably hurt all the screenshot QBs as well. Kittle down here, number 3 to the bottom. That one hurts my fantasy, and it has nothing to do with Brock Purdy. If the read is up top to the left, the read is up top to the left. You're never going to see 85 to the right. So again, he is just so precise with the ball location here. It's right on him. Again, the fact that they've got McCaffrey who's going to come out here and run what I'm going to call just this little choice route out the backfield. So out, set this thing, and run out, and the throw is right on him. Now, the fact that this thing is wide open down here and that you screenshot it and you tell him that, Purdy doesn't know what the hell he's doing, doesn't know where he's looking. We don't know what his read is. It sure looks like he is crazy decisive that this is where he's going, 1. And that's it. That's good enough. You don't have to, not everything is going to be perfect from a blimp when you play quarterback at eye level. But man, my fantasy could have used that down here to the bottom. Might have to go to Laporta here pretty soon. Regardless, Purdy just dealing, playing point guard, just setting guys up perfectly. On the body, on the break, great base, right on him. Little penalty at the end, let's go. Next one here, the 49ers trying to be a little dolphin-like here with the motion. I'll talk about the difference in it. I really like this scheme though. Right across the field, left to right. Great job from Brock Purdy doing what I'm going to classify as a full field read. That just means the progression here as a pure progression is left to right all the way across. And you can see him go kind of 1 to 2 to 3, surgical from within the pocket. Now, the thing about this motion, and I feel like I talk about it on damn near every other video because everyone's trying to steal it. 19 has got some cheetah-like tendencies. What I don't think he has is the buy-in right now on this type of motion to burst, to go 100 right out the gate. You be the judge of the speed. So the burst right away is not the same. He kind of like rolls into it. So it doesn't create the same stress on the defense. Then the actual play here is a clear, and it takes a lot to burst and then clear. You gotta love ball. You gotta love your teammates. Right there. There's a little quick out. And then I really like the design here on the backside. To me, this is like a little shallow gather. Short post here where the ball ends up going, and then a little loop here. And the 49ers, for me, I've never loved their drop back game for a long time, but I really do love how they use that return route, that little reverse loop. It's almost always open. So right here, you be the judge. Check the motion out. Is that full speed? Not where I come from, but the read is outstanding. And again, you can see it. No to Kittle, no to Ayuk, yes to the back, and that is beautiful spacing. You can see what that route does from use check down here at the bottom, how it's going to come open as well. Multiple guys coming open. Love to see it. From the quarterback perspective, it's just awesome, man. Left to right, 1, 2, 3. Oh, let's go. Next one here, it's a little return route to McCaffrey. He's going to be in motion. He's going to run that return loop. So this is one of those ones for me that's hard for me to make sense of unless I'm in the quarterback room. But I can guess here a few things. One, just looking from Kittle's reaction, that he expects the ball. And the timing of this thing makes me think that Kittle should get the ball right down the hash. Now, again, I don't know for sure. It might not be the read. Okay, if it's not the read, I've got some questions. So I'll draw up what I think the play is, and we can kind of sort through this thing together. Where the ball goes here on McCaffrey running this route, this little return loop that I've already talked about. Love it. They do it better than anybody, the 49ers. Now they've got their fullback type, who's a hell of a football player, but got a little bit of like Kyle's buddy vibes to me, okay, running a corner. And they have him doing all sorts of crazy shit. I'm not sure. I'm not saying he's not a great player. I'm just not sure he's the guy we want as the deep downfield threat all the time. The guy who is the all-pro deep downfield threat is right here running the basic on the end. So I have a hard time saying that this route, this little return loop, is the one because it just takes time. It's like an underneath, slow developing double move. So either we're trying to throw it to the fullback on a corner, question mark, or to the tight end on an in basic where he works in the middle of the field. I mean, it's a pretty simple, like that's where the ball should go. Again, I don't know. I'm just trying to rationalize where the ball should go. And if the ball should go to the tight end, it should be more than just me wanting my fantasy team to get some points and to try to feed this guy over the middle of the ball. But again, is Purdy looking there? Right there? I mean, I can't tell where he's looking. He's either looking to the corner or the in. If he's looking to the end, we got to throw it down the hash. Again, I don't think if it's muddy or blurry, it's never a bad thing to get it down to McCaffrey. The dude is a special talent with the ball in his hands and when he's healthy. There's no doubt about it. But look at the reaction from Kittle here. I mean, I don't think this is not like antics. This is just like a little like, man, that could have been me. And so again, we don't know. But I think that there is, if you're going to kind of peel apart and be really critical of a guy who's playing amazing in 13, plays like this are some of the reason why. Because eventually you're going to have to rip those balls down the field more consistently. Eventually you're not going to be able to just dump it off to this cat and let him do his. Next one here. Beautiful design, great call. Everything except the fact that this is a backwards pass, which just absolutely stings for a quarterback. You got to throw this thing forward. You got to tell McCaffrey, hey, this is going to be a forward pass because this is just a hell of a job. We're hurdling people. We're finishing in the end zone. We're just bullying people. It's great scheme. Again, appreciate the scheme. Shift. And we got two backs in the backfield. We shift to essentially a 3-by-1. We fast forward that thing with the motion. Nice throw. Great blocks out in front. We're hurdling over people. We're making people miss. I mean, he barely even sees that guy to the right, right? He's looking to the left right here. Hurdle. Whoop. And finish in the end zone. And get a block from 19. Let's go. So again, just appreciate the design. Shift. 2-by-1. They're rotating weak. Fast 4. Away from rotation. Again, just the throw. You know, you can see this thing is backwards. Originally watching it, I thought they might be doing a double pass, but man, that's just one of those ones where you got to tell McCaffrey, you know, carve that thing straight down. Don't bubble at all so we can get a forward pass there, just in case something goes sideways too. You don't want that thing going backwards. But man, it's a beautiful play. Seen a lot more of these swing type screens in the league, whether it's tethered to like quick game or just straight up called here. But I love getting to fast 4 motion, stressing a defense horizontally, and then letting our playmakers make plays in space. That's just special. Hell yes. Next one here is a tough one for me because this is a big play. We're throw a big post down here to the bottom to 11. It's versus what I would consider like a muddy coverage. I want to say trying to make sense of it that it's drop 8 quarters. But the way that they play this thing and the play from 34 on the right, I think the DB play is just not good. I also personally just hate under center 7-step drops. I just think it's unnecessarily difficult. They do it sometimes. Right here, it pays off. Again, at the snap, I think it's a tough read. So just kind of walking through what this is. Here's the post. Here's the over. Okay. Now, defensively, they're trying to like trick FU a little bit because this ends up being quarters. But we get like this weird inversion where this middle field player is now dropping down. Okay. We end up dropping here and we only rush 3. So at the end of the day, it ends up being quarters. And normally you would love to throw a post versus quarters, especially when the play side safety right here comes down or goes hunting up the other side. The problem here is you get this, what is essentially invert replace, where he reads he's got the over and then he falls back into the post. And if this guy was a better player or made a better play here, I should say, no offense, 34, he probably catches this like a fair catch punt. But he kind of runs to nowhere. And again, if he could catch, he'd be playing offense. But I have to say, we get a little lucky here, right? Like, I mean, if that DB up top plays this ball at all, it's an interception. I think Ayuk is actually a little surprised that he even throws it. He's like not even looking, then he's like, oh, I got it. Great. So to say that it's not a little lucky to me is a little disingenuous. And the fact that we can acknowledge, I love him being aggressive. He's taking a shot. Quarters post, get it. You just got to feel that backside. But I mean, the throw is so bad that it's good, if that makes sense. And 34 is so bad that it's terrible. But I mean, that's certainly a little lucky. It's a hell of a catch from 11 too. It can be all of the above, y'all. Next one here, 2nd and 6, touchdown pass to McCaffrey out the backfield on the check down. I had no idea what this concept is supposed to be up top. It's not there. McCaffrey shows great job here getting into the end zone, finishing this thing again. But man, Purdy, I just love the poise. He's able to get through things like a 15-year vet. He hasn't even had 15 starts yet. No. I mean, it's tough to score in the red zone. Again, we got maybe a buddy ball up top there to the number 1 they've got 44 running a comeback in the red zone. I'm not saying it's not cool to have your fullback be able to do stuff like this. I couldn't imagine being a wide receiver on this team being like, really? Like he gets to run these routes? So it's not there because it takes forever up top if we're trying to get that front pylon comeback. But again, it's never a bad decision to get it to 23 underneath. And again, you just love to see how 13 can process and get through these concepts quickly. No, yes. Check down, strike, touchdown. Hell yes. Next one here, big play action shot. I love this call, design, quarterback play, great catch from Ayuk as well. Just a big chunk. We're booting away. We're setting up, throwing that sail back to the other side. I love both kind of the mirrored stems as well. Just a really nice job here. Flip your hips. Put it right on him. Up on his grill. That's a great throw from boot away to outside the numbers the other way. So design-wise here, the route distribution I really like. So this kind of looks like we're going to be running overs and posts, right? They run out like this. Then it looks like Samuel's supposed to set this thing deep to the back flag or pylon. And then Ayuk comes out on that kind of sail. And again, y'all, it's not just like we caught that thing and dropped back. We are dropping back. We are drifting this way. Flip our hips. Drive this thing all the way back outside the numbers to a sail the other way. I mean, it's pretty awesome. Great design, great play action, great call, great timing, good action there. Just a thing of beauty. I mean, I have to say it because it's like baked into my DNA and watching the film. It's a little clicky at the top, but it doesn't matter. Whatever. You got to get something extra into it to rip it across the field. Do you? I think when he gets clicky, the one thing I will say is he doesn't pop up like a lot of other guys. His shoulders kind of stay down, his hips stay down, and he's able to keep that eyes nice and level, and the throw is certainly good enough. It's a big play, man. That's awesome. Halftime, you dig the channel and you haven't already, please like, subscribe, hit the bell, get the notifications. I sincerely appreciate you subscribing to the channel. It means a lot to me, so thank you for doing that. Again, the Quarterback School Patreon community, you know about it. Join, become a member. We also have Quarterback School courses. Now, these courses are the premium content available through the channel. These are deep, deep dives on my favorite football topics: RPOs, tempos, pass protection. The best-selling course is How to Beat Every Coverage. We even have an entire offensive system available for you over there. Enroll. The link is in the video description. Check them all out. We also have a bunch of free resources available. Check those out in the video description as well. Finally, make sure to follow me across social media platforms. I appreciate your support. As for this video, let's get back to it. Next one here, 2nd and 12. This is a sack. This is, to me, is a rough one because it's under center, 7-step drop with corner stops. Okay, versus what I'm going to call essentially man coverage. I think of 7 stops or corner stops as zone routes. I also think of these drops as dinosaur drops. And if these types of things show up versus Dallas, I think there's probably going to be a problem. And what I mean by that is you don't have to do this type of stuff, in my opinion. This is almost like it's so unnecessary, not both for the health of the quarterback, but just the concepts wise here. If you really, really like these are your favorite routes in the world, well, then let's have a zone play where we run these, and then let's have a man play where we have some runaways. And we can just can it, alert it, whatever it. But to just come up and get in like old school solo right condensed and run this versus what I'm going to call some iteration of man, these guys are just right on top of it. They're not threatened. They're just right on top of these routes. You have nowhere to go. And you're taking a 7-step drop. Again, 7-step drop under center from Dallas is a problem. And it's one thing versus Arizona. It's another thing versus a front that can get after you. Again, where do you want him to go with the ball? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Where? Maybe you could rip that thing with anticipation down here to the bottom. I don't know, though. It's just unnecessarily difficult. And if you love 7 stops, let's do it off play action. Do we need to do drop back out of double sniffer, solo right? Just seems tough. Seems like you're putting your offensive lineman in a really tough spot here. Right tackle gets beat inside, and it's a wrap. Damn. Next one here, 3rd and 24. So now we're going to do something else that I have no idea what this is. What they're asking McCaffrey to do here, shift and then line up like he's 5 yards off the ball, but in the slot, it makes no sense to me. Like, that's not a tendency breaker. That's nothing other than essentially giving 2 middle fingers to the rest of the league saying we're going to do some crazy shit. It doesn't help at all. Starting that far back doesn't help at all. It looks like you think you might be playing in the CFL and trying to get like that running motion going. It doesn't make any sense. 0 sense. So just watch McCaffrey. Shift and line up there. And then we're going to run a route, which is really, you're the primary. It ends up being like a 10-yard choice because it takes you forever to get there because you're 5 yards off the line of scrimmage. More than 5 yards. And then our left tackle's getting walked into our lap. We can't set our back foot, and we throw, a sinker. What are we? This is the type of stuff. Okay, this is the type of shit that really sears me. Like, this is the type of stuff just when I think, like, okay, I think they're making progress in their drop back game. I've liked some things. You do a 7-step mirrored corner stops, and then you do shit like this where we shift here. We are 5 yards off the ball. And then it looks like he has the primary running a choice on 3rd and 24. Now, I'm not saying 3rd and 24. There is nothing 3rd and 24 that I'm going to like, that anyone's going to like. But this makes no sense. I can't get past it. And it's so shitty that it takes everything else that is so great and makes you just scratch your head and go, what are they doing? At what point is shit like that going to catch up with you? Because it's just so unsound, so unnecessary. It honestly, it hurts my football heart a little bit. You're just like, what? Because the dude is rolling. But we're like backing up, throwing this like really hard 3rd and 24 choice route. I mean, it just, it's hard to play quarterback like this going backwards when your all-world guy is in your lap and your other all-world guy is running a choice from the heavens. Good God. Skunk it. Next one here, another beautifully designed play action shot. again, the difference between the drop back game and the play action game is so stark. It's so bold. This is beautiful. Perfect call versus what I'm going to call quarter, half. Just an absolute half field killer. Love 11 vertically down the field here. We're going to shift, set the edge. We're going to motion. We're going to have eye candy horizontal. We've got the wide back in the backfield. We're going to boot away to the left. We're going to come back and throw a post back to the right. I mean, that is awesome, y'all. That is straight up world-class offensive architecture. Let it wash over you. The fact that it can be this and what the previous one shown, to me, just make no sense. But man, I'm just going to appreciate this for what it is. So design-wise here, at the end of the day, this is a play-action shot where we're going to run a post up on what I'm going to classify as a half-field player. So half-field safety. This, to me, these guys are down quarter over here. So when he comes up to run this thing, we've got nobody back here. You couple that with the fact that we are booting or moving, looking like we're going to the left. We then flip our hips and throw a seed back across the field. Strike. I mean, it's straight up awesome. I mean, it is. Every quarterback in the league should be jealous of this shit. This is beautiful. That is absolutely outstanding design. Great execution. Again, Brock Purdy ripping it, doing exactly what he's asked to do. I don't know what, this is pretty sweet. I'm not mad at him for having great plays called for him in this play action shots with some weapons on the perimeter. Put it right on him. Perfect throw. Hell yes. Next one here. Put this on here just for my own fun. I loved it so much. The block from Kittle. This is what most people call a tray block, running power to the right. And this is how you eject someone from the club. Now, I wish he could have stayed on and finished the combo part of it, but watch Kittle here, the tight end on the right, eject the 4-eye all the way to the other side of the field, outside the hash. Dude, awesome, right? Boom. So let me draw up what this play is. This is just power to the right. And if you know ball, there's a good chance you know this play. On the front side, everyone is gap down. Okay, when you're gap down, if there's no one in your gap, you get an opportunity for a double team. So if it's between these two, guard center, it's called an ace. These two, called a deuce. These two, called a tray. Okay, so this is a tray to the backside to 47. Now, the thing to love about gap runs that I love is you're trying to get horizontal displacement at the point. So you're not trying to combo this guy back to the end zone. You're trying to combo him into the Gatorade. And anytime you knock someone across the ball, it is ejecting someone from the club. This is as good as it gets as far as him taking his left shoulder into his ribs, ejecting this cat, and then getting up, climbing up to the backer, getting him initially. Then we just got to keep on that thing at the end. But I mean, man, this isn't tight end school, but this is straight up awesome. Boom. Jesus. I love the violence at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack. That's awesome. That's so awesome. Now just throw him the damn ball more. I love it. Watch this thing. Shift, motion, just power to the right. I mean, it's a great hole. That is awesome. Oh, my goodness. Great job from Kittle here. Just let it wash over you. Power right. Tray 47. Boom. Look at that hole. Oh, my goodness. Great job. Next one here, 3rd and 4. We're going to run a little double stick up top and a back shoulder fade down here to the bottom. Really, everybody is open for a first down. Nice catch here from 11. Ball's just a tick behind him. Maybe a tick low, I should say. Obviously, it's behind him. It's a back shoulder. Usually with these types of plays, if you like the matchup, you like the release, let it rip. And again, when I'm saying low, I'm saying he's catching that below his waist. If it's up higher, like at his ear or above, it's just easier on those back shoulder throws. It's still a really nice hookup, good enough throw, great job from 11. If you read it out up top, double stick, Kittle gets the first, the number 2 gets the first, everybody gets the first. So, I mean, great job. Nice play call. Dealing, if you're feeling it, heat check, back shoulder throws, you better hit it on 3rd and 4. But certainly, again, the thing with Purdy is the precision here in these intermediate throws, and I'd consider a back shoulder intermediate throw. It's not perfect, but it's certainly good enough. And that's a big time third down conversion. Let's go. Another nice third down conversion. We're going to work the slot out down here to the bottom. The number 2 throws it with some anticipation. Right up on him. Again, anytime you get a first down inside the red zone, you're dealing it. These windows get tighter, more condensed. I think life could be easier for him, and maybe he could get it out a tick quicker without bringing his feet together, but that's just me. I think they call this concept branch, if I can remember correctly. Just out here, and then it's a little late. That's why it like brings him back, paired with something underneath here, just a simple little low, high, high, low. Again, 3rd and 7, throwing it beyond these sticks, really nice. So watch that route distribution to the bottom. Got it. Watch that A here. When's he throw it? Right there. You can see 3 hasn't come out of it yet. Now again, footwork wise at the top of his drop, just bringing them together just a little, right? Like that's clicky. That's more clicky than you normally see him. So lined up to the left, comes out a little quicker. Then he doesn't have to curl that thing back so much. He might catch it, make him miss, fall into the end zone. Again, me being super picky, okay? But I'm guessing that's the exact thing that they're talking about in the quarterback room, because it's the right read. It comes out with great timing. It's still a great first down. Just polishing it up. Last one here, 3rd and 2 from the 2. I know this is a penalty, but I really thought that Purdy probably could have gotten all the way through this read. Hooked my boy up for a touchdown to the bottom on the reverse or loop. It looks like he panics a little bit, and I get it that they get held here for sure. I think I would bet a lot of money that Ayuk's supposed to set like a rub and get to the corner and just gets held. But that being said, we've seen Purdy navigate these reads enough to know that he could get through this thing all the way, in my opinion. And so what this certainly looks like from the jump here is we're trying to get McCaffrey in the flat. It looks like we're almost getting like a rub here. And as we come in, we get held here. I would guess he's supposed to get to the corner. And we got guys coming back across here. And then we've got Kittle doing that reverse or loop. And so if we were to come all the way across, and we've seen him work all the way across already multiple times in this game. So as opposed to like panic chucking this thing, just work right to left and you can see this loop open. I mean, that thing is almost always open. And so just getting more and more comfortable. And again, in the tight red zone, it's never going to happen faster than this. These are tight, condensed windows down here. So there's no reason to panic, right? There's no reason to throw this. Maybe he just thinks 19 is going to win, I guess. But instead of drifting back here into trouble, just hang, get through the read. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is there for a touchdown. Again, easier said than done. Thanks, Captain Obvious from the clicker and the marker. But again, I think you can see here, just instead of, flailing backwards here and like half chucking that thing up, just get through the read. The pass protection's outstanding. Stay on the launch point. Hook my boy up with a touchdown. Help the fantasy. So that is a wrap. Brock Purdy getting it done. Man, the 49ers are rolling offensively. I still think it's really cool to be able to pull apart the film and see where there are kind of spaces or blind spots or unique characteristics of this offense that could potentially cause issues down the line. But y'all, you got to appreciate what Brock Purdy is doing. The dude is so efficient, so surgical, so precise in so many of these throws that he's asked to make in this offense. Andy can create a little bit, didn't even really have to in this game, but is athletic enough, aggressive enough. Fun to watch, man. They are rolling. It's going to be a big one this week. Fired up for that one. Thank you so much for hanging to the end. I will see you next time. Have a good one.